Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like this whole T.I. versus 50 fiasco is over. The Harris family seems to be done dissing. We've even seen the daughter, T.I.'s daughter, trying to do a diss record towards 50 Cent. It's all ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. But Joe Budden has something to say about Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda not saying a thing, saying that they're ducking smoke and had an obligation to respond for 50 Cent. But is this true? Was Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda ducking smoke, or is Joe Budden still salty that them G-Unit soldiers stepped in at 50 pressed him at Madison Square Garden? Listen, I want y'all to hit the like button and hit the hype button, because we about to get deep.
Sipping slow, yakking the act, thinking I'm mad.
Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes, and make sure you hit the hype button, because it does help the channel in a major way. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Budden has entered the chat. He is directing his energy towards Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, who we know now have a podcast, all right, saying that they should have been responding to T.I. and his sons during this entire debacle of disses that just dropped out of nowhere, champ. Just because 50 Cent posted a picture of Tiny Harris without words, literally said nothing, reposted a picture of Tiny Harris from her own Instagram page, not a word said about Tiny. But he told T.I. to keep his name out of his mouth after T.I. mentioned 50 Cent being at 304 on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, and that's how Fifth ended up responding. And now we have a plethora of disses which seem very performative, champ. What was the goal here? But Joe Budden feels like Murda and Yayo needed to get in the booth and still need to get in the booth. Listen, salute to the homie Chig Smooth. We about to jump into this content.
Hey man, are we officially calling this match between T.I. and 50 Cent? Is it over? A whole 24 hours later, after T.I.'s son Domani dropped a bomb on 50 Cent, it's been awfully quiet from 50 Cent's side. There's been no Instagram memes, no post about Tiny, no post about T.I. and his sons. 50 is back to regular scheduled programming on...
He is. Champ, he is. Listen. Here's how I look at this, right? 50 is basically being gaslit into responding. This is what you call gaslighting somebody into a response. I'm pretty sure T.I. thought this out all on his own to try to force 50 to respond. T.I. has seen the impact of the whole Drake Kendrick fiasco. Honestly, this is not even in the same stratosphere, but it's pretty big. It's a topic. You know what I'm saying? Him getting into it with Fifth is definitely something that would get a lot of press for sure, like nonetheless. So you keep mentioning 50's deceased mother in comparison to him just posting Tiny. It's crazy, right? But Fifth don't like when people talk about his deceased mom. I'm pretty sure people let him know that, all right? So you keep coming for this man's mom and these diss records, because that's what it ended up turning into. Even King Harris got a shirt with Fifth's mom on it, which is really dragging it. I'm not gonna hold you. Listen, you're trying to gaslight the man to respond, but the way he does respond won't be on the record though. But let's keep it going.
On his page promoting his businesses, which in my opinion is really the right thing to do. After you get flamed like Domani just did you, doubling back and trying to troll your way out of it is not the right response. If you're not getting in the booth to rap, you might as well just get back to carrying on your page business as usual. Now, I do want to mention T.I.'s son King, yes, the other son, he also put out another diss record on 50 Cent. This one was called Say Less. It was lost in all the Domani hoopla last night. As you guys can see, he's wearing a t-shirt with 50 Cent's deceased mom. So these guys got very, very disrespectful, which usually happens in a diss record when one party goes low. It's one thing if you come for me, but if you come for my mom, my wife, buddy, all bets are off. Now after trying.
Now here's the thing, right? I hear come for my wife and all that, but did he really come for your wife? Did he really? Because again, this is the ongoing narrative. The ongoing narrative is, hey, Fifth said something about Tiny. No, he didn't. He just reposted pictures that she already had online. So what's the difference? The difference is he didn't say anything. Some people are saying a picture's worth 1,000 words. Like, he didn't have to say anything. You could make things up. Like, okay, so if you can make things up, it means that you're assuming and that you're not seeing anything. You're making up your own type of thing that doesn't actually exist. You're literally creating something in your head that isn't real. If you didn't see Fifth say nothing about Tiny, that means he didn't say anything about Tiny. You said something about Tiny in your head, and because of that, you're just putting it on Fifth as if this is what Fifth is trying to say. You don't know what Fifth is saying because he didn't say anything. You see how that works? It's kind of crazy. But Fifth is playing a game here. Fifth is playing chess. Alright? Fifth wants people to think that he just forgot about this and that he's ducking smoke. This is how Fifth is. He's a psychopath, but he's also 100 steps ahead. That's just how it works, right? But again, when you bring up the mom, this is a very personal thing as far as I can see.
Very lightly over the last couple of days, looks like Joe Budden is finally ready to admit that yes, 50 Cent got his boots smoked. Now, from what I've been seeing, and I'm not gonna say any names, but it seems like a lot of media personalities, especially on the East Coast, are terrified to tell 50 Cent he lost. And I get it, especially after Joe just went through a light back and forth with 50 last year. If I'm in the strip club looking at butt cheeks and my enemy had goons watching me in the strip club, yeah, I might be a little bit careful what I say about him.
So even Chiggs realizes that, yeah, Joe Budden got pressure put on him by them G-Unit soldiers. Now, one thing I can respect about Joe is he says exactly how he feels. It always has done that, which led to him getting a black eye in the past by Raekwon's people after talking nonsense about Method Man and how he shouldn't be top 10 MCs all time and all that, right? Joe Budden doesn't care what he says and also must not care about the consequences. The only issue with Buttons is he can't really defend himself when it comes to those consequences. There's no combat for him, and it never has been. So Joe has always been a victim of getting hands and feet put on him as a result of him saying and doing things, champ. But that didn't stop Joe and doesn't and won't stop Joe now to say whatever he decides to say. Now he's saying Uncle Murda and Yayo needs to respond for Fifth.
However, you still owe it to your fans to be honest. Now today on the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 907, make sure you guys go check it out on Spotify. Joe has officially called the battle. According to Joe, this one is officially over. Joe also called out 50's mans Tony Yayo and also Uncle Murda to help him out. Tony Yayo, brother, we don't care that you're in Zimbabwe eating smoked ostrich nipples. Your man's is getting jumped and he has no help. Here's what Joe said.
I really enjoyed the 2 T.I. diss tracks. I told y'all last pod that I like the family flex. Yes. I love that, especially when it's rich nigga versus rich nigga. You got to find any way you can stunt, and your family is a stunt. These dudes that's in the house, been in the house all 18 years, 19 years with these little fucking rugrats.
Yeah, you love them.
Raising them, feeding them, listening to them, their thoughts and opinions. These new kids got opinions and shit now. Like, you raise these kids, and they downstairs writing raps.
And they talented, yeah.
Wait, and they repping for mom? And you ain't even have to go say, yo, pin something down. They probably came right to dad. Yo, check this out real quick. Let me see if you think this is good for release. Themes have stopped too now, though.
Yeah.
I don't think any music is coming. Like I said, he's not compelled to make any music. If music were to come, I'm not sure how a 50 Cent diss record sounds
In 2026.
in 2026. I would have to hear that. This beef is also one of my problems with Uncle Murda and this wrap-up shit at the end of the year. Because now what? I'm going to have to wait. Anybody that raps that's on that side
should rap.
It's rap time.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some rapping from Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo. Make it make sense. Why do they have to rap? They don't have to do anything. Y'all saying Fifth is getting jumped and all this. Listen, this is past rap as far as I'm concerned. I feel like as soon as the Sons got involved, this turned into like some type of drill ordeal. Like the the whole dynamic of just this thing turned into drilling. Like, you can't do drill records, because doing drill records is you talking about somebody's people that passed away, or somebody that's going to end up passing away in the future. That's what drill music is, and that's pretty much what we got when it came to King Harris. Domani even took it that far. Now everything is about, Fifth's mom. Why wasn't T.I. really talking about 50's mother like that? Why did he let his sons be the sacrificial lambs to talk about 50's moms? Because to me it looked like he's using his sons as a shield, because T.I. wasn't talking about Fifth's mom, never went that route, but he uses his sons to do it. So you use your sons to talk about Fifth's mom because you was too scared to deal with those consequences, and you probably think if you use your sons, inadvertently you're copping a plea once again, because you don't want that smoke. And if you think using your kids is gonna make 50 calm down because they're kids or your kids, you're crazy. You don't know Fifth. You think Fifth is just going to leave this alone and not take it personal because you had your kids violate his mom, bro? That's not how this works. Your kids are grown men. King Harris and Domani are grown. If they took it upon themselves to talk about that man's mom, or if you instructed or coerced them to do so, guess what? There's consequences for them. By the way, if someone wants to take it there, champ, and you don't know who's willing to take it there, T.I., you're not exempt neither. And that's not me saying, hey, T.I. don't got nobody moving for him or don't got people in high places that get active. That's not me saying that. That's me saying, hey, look, you putting a target on your back when you do these type of things. Because drilling is putting a target on your back. That's why a lot of drill rappers are no longer here, either doing life in prison or going for life. Their life was taken. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, if you ain't hit the like or the hype button, make sure you do. Let's continue, man.
Now wait till the end of the year. If there was a game involved in this, six, 7 tracks in already. If there were banks involved, and we already know that can't happen. But if these type of MCs were involved, they got memes saying that Yayo gonna do a Vlad. That's just funny because Yayo be on Vlad. Yes. Uncle Murda's not gonna rap. 50's not gonna rap. Nobody's gonna rap. And when you know that, that's when you get to bomb away.
And I'm gonna get my sons.
Right. When you know that, you could bomb away. It's like you playing with the house money. Now, there's nothing that's gonna go wrong with this. Like I said, rapping seems to be the blueprint for how you handle the 50 social media blitz.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna step in that that arena. So people have discovered a good way to counter, and now it takes a lot of the oomph off of any meme that comes after it.
It does. Yeah. Music always
does it? Because that wasn't the same case for your friend Jim Jones in the Let's Rap About It podcast. That wasn't the same thing that ended up happening. Yeah, for the moment it looks cool that someone is seemingly trying to diss Fifth. That's cool, but what about in the long run? Because at the end of the day, what happens is people end up getting turned on by the general public or the hip-hop community as a collective based on whatever Fifth provides to the forefront that makes them look crazy. If they're in a predicament that is humiliating and Fifth got the footage or Fifth got the receipts, then whatever they rapped about is irrelevant. It means nothing. It was cool for what had happened, but now it's just meaningless now. You feel me? Like, it's expired. You know what I'm saying? And that only took like a month or a month and a half or however long it took. It didn't even take too long. It took like 30 days. And the same thing is liable to happen for Tip and his family. It did, and we gotta remember how petty Fifth is, right? So we can pretend and act as though Fifth is tucking tail, because that's a cool narrative to run. That makes people feel comfortable, because a lot of people might feel like Fifth is some type of bully over social media posts, which is crazy, right? That's cool for the moment, but people will switch up very quick because they're just that fickle. And that's just how fans are right now. Listen, Up that like button, man. We gonna keep it going.
Always wins. History has shown that.
It just feels like when 50 does the meme shit, it feels like a guy who's ultra rich, don't really care about rap, and I'm bored, so I'm gonna just have some fun with you and go on about my life. When rap music get involved, it doesn't come off like that. Like, it seems like there needs to be immediacy. And when there's not, when all the posts then become about business and your TV shows,
Right.
See,
Post with Tyler Perry.
for me, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For normal people, 50's not normal, but for normal people, yeah, that's one of the reasons that you maybe don't engage when there's shit on your jacket, because now you just got somebody that's gonna continuously highlight all of these things that people that are in high-level business, they just don't want highlighted right now.
Yeah, true.
I don't want any of my business partners to see a tweet, and trust me, all of the businesses is looking online.
Yeah.
So who wants that? Who wants that when you're ultra up?
But if your business is good, then go ahead.
Right.
What was 50 supposed to do though? Because if we take the timeline of how this even transpired, I don't think he looked for this to happen. I don't think he was going out his way to go back and forth with T.I.
He poked the bear. You know what he should have did? He should have just said, I don't want to do the verses.
He's going in.
What you mean he should have just said, I don't want to reverse? He been said that. This guy said this back in 2021. 2021 Fifth made it very clear to the public that he not doing no verses, man. You can't force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do. He's not doing anything. If anyone is poking the bear, it's T.I. Remember, this all started from the interview that he did with Shannon Sharp about a week or two ago, where he's saying that Fifth, I was trying to do verses with him, but he's scared, he's soft. You're saying all these things like Fifth is some type of cornball or herb or scared. What do you think was gonna happen? Then Fifth lets it be known to the general public that he's not doing it, and then you get on record crashing out on video because he don't want to do it, and you just losing it, crashing out, losing your mind over it. Then you keep on going because Fifth just stopped talking about it. Then you go on $1 million worth of game podcast, which is literally what initiated these diss tracks, I guess. Fifth says, just keep my name out your mouth, posts a picture of your wife with no words attached to it, and didn't say nothing about Tiny Harris, like nothing. He just reposted a post that was already on the internet that's just a regular picture, and everyone crashing out. These the bunch of disses from T.I. T.I. dropped like 4 disses. His sons, Domani drops 1, King Harris drops 2, like, and in a total of basically 7 disses. And then you have the daughter making like a little diss track. I don't know how old the daughter is, probably like 9, 8, something like that, right? Making a little diss track. Like this is over with. This is a clout move from not only T.I. but the entire Harris family as far as I'm concerned. But let's continue.
He's going in. It's impressive. You know, I knew Domani could rap, but I didn't know he could rap this well. I'm happy about it.
Beef bring the best out of some niggas, boy.
Yeah.
Because he rapping, and he's saying some shit. Like, it's not just the flex of like the skill, it's the shit he's actually saying.
And the tonality and pocket, all that shit is A plus.
And it's just the perfect way to respond to someone. It's everything about it is perfect. This is my child that I raised, who turned out good, is a man and observes the world differently, who puts stock in some of the things that you rappers and you materialistic fucks are not seeing. This is not just surface level Gucci, Louis, Prada. This is not kill, murder, destroy. This is conscious beef. Yeah. I fucking love it. Firebug.
Yeah.
Tying it back to the cover,
This is just something that Joe Budden would have did, and I mentioned this before. This is very similar to when Joe was dissing Drake, right? And he dropped like 4 or 5 diss tracks. I believe it was just 4. No response whatsoever. He might have got a line prior in one song, but he dropped 4 disses, then got an invite to perform at Madison Square Garden to be laughed at and etc. by Drake. That's kind of similar But then again, it's not similar, but it is kind of similar to that. Difference is Joe Budden had 4 incredible diss tracks. These wasn't just, it just wasn't slop, and I think some of T.I.'s disses were slop. If we being real, this is the only time anyone's gonna listen to King Harris and Domani, because nobody's gonna bump their music outside of them dissing 50 Cent. If we being real, if you're making diss records and this is the only time that people are paying you any mind because you dissing 50, then it only solidifies and makes sense that Fifth is just the bigger person and the bigger artist, and that's the only reason people are even engaging with anything that you're putting out. Because if we're being truthful, nobody's gonna listen to Domani after this for regular music. Nobody. You wasn't listening to him before, so you definitely might about to listen to him now. This was actually a lot of people, including my first time even hearing him rap. Facts. I might have heard King Harris rap once or twice before, but that's about it. Like, you trying to kickstart your music career or talking about somebody's deceased mom is nasty work. But again, this is more drill rap than it is actual, regular hip hop. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Back to the alleged arson, repeatedly calling him Firebug, going from Firebug to the chant. This kid is so advanced. He knew to put some type of pre-chorus chant. And, yo, throw your lighters up, you ever been abused. Throw your lighters up, like he's in a diss.
Come on, Joe. If we being honest, he was just mimicking some Kenny stuff. This wasn't no super creative. Listen, Domani to me had the best diss record out of all of them. It's just useless and pointless. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter is what I'm saying. You did all this for nothing because nobody's responding. Nobody actually cares as much as y'all trying to make it seem. Yeah, the people wanted to see a battle, but that's the people's business. The people don't always get what they want to get. Y'all want to see a battle. Y'all not getting one. We talking about Fifth here, gang. We talking about Fifth. We just gotta be real about the situation.
Record doing this.
Yeah.
This is so impressive. If my son would have came in here with this track, I wouldn't have dropped shit. I wouldn't have rapped at all. Yeah. I'd have told him, hey, go do that 4 more times and bring it back upstairs.
Right.
Yeah, 50, there's no response for this. You might be able to go back and forth with T.I. on, because I don't think T.I. tapped into that level of...
No.
This one...
Lead us along.
This family is... This one is over.
Yeah.
And you know it's over because now you see people on the internet saying shit like, all right, if you get one of them kids touched, y'all gonna be mad. Yeah, I didn't need to hear anymore. This beef is officially over for me.
Now, all this records aside, I do want to know what's next for everybody involved. For 50 Cent, this is really the first time the internet has watched you get humbled in a very long time.
Humbled? How is he humble though? You don't know that. We're going on for narrative once again. That's what we're doing here. Humbled where? Where did he get humbled at? I don't understand that. Saying that he got humbled. When? The internet is not watching him get humbled. People are drawing that conclusion. You should know that if Fifth knows the 48 laws of power and the art of war, he is not an idiot. You can't humble Fifth, and you're not going to. Especially not T.I. of all people. He already dissed this guy 17 years ago. So what are we even talking about, gang? I'm just being, what are we talking about here? Get humbled by who? You don't know if he's humbled. Nobody knows if he's humbled. Because that's, being humbled is actually an internal thing. Fifth humbled? Psst. You don't even know what Fifth is doing right now, to be honest. I'm just being real.
A lot of people enjoy watching you go at somebody every couple of months. So what do you do next? Do you go find some other person to beef with? And if you do, is it gonna hit the same? People are still going to be taunting you for taking an L to the Harris family. And
nah, listen, people was taunting him about the Fabulous thing too, but that faded out. They're not gonna taunt T.I. because of this. I mean, taunt 50 Cent because of what T.I. and his sons. They're not gonna taunt him like you think. yeah, they're gonna taunt him now for sure. Everything he posts is gonna be, oh, where's your response? Oh, you tucking tail. Oh, of course, in the moment, but later down the line, this slowly fades. We can't act like, yeah, it's gonna be people continuously taunting Fifth, even if he gets into beef with other people. Fifth is always beefing with other people. What's new? None of this is new. The only thing that's new is that somebody's entire family try to come for Fifth and disrespect his deceased moms like that, right? That's the only thing. I've seen people trying to say the whole Miss Jackson thing was the same thing that Jadakiss did, but Jadakiss wasn't trying to violate Fifth's mom. The beef wasn't even that serious for him to go that deep to violate Fifth's deceased mom. Plus, that wasn't a common thing to do back in those days. When Jadakiss called Fifth Miss Jackson, he was basically just calling Fifth out of his name, bro. It was pretty simple. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all gotta relax on, saying that other people came for Fifth's mom, because that never was the deal. That never was the case. This is one of the first times we're seeing someone ever come for his mom that passed, because again, they trying to do a spin-off drill on Fifth, and they talking crazy. Like I said, I hope they can back them talks, because once you mention deceased family members, you're taking this in another arena, and that's all I've been saying. If people don't feel that way, I guess they have to learn for themselves. That's how I'm looking at it.
Speaking of the Harris family, T.I. has got an album he's dropping soon. Is this beef with 50 Cent going to help his album sales? Is he going to now sell more albums than was initially projected for him?
I don't know. I don't know, Chiggs. I have a little bit of doubt in that. I mean, T.I. already T.I. has a song out right now that's getting played. That's pretty nice. I think it's a good song. I just don't think that the battle was necessary, or him trying to put 50 Cent in a battle was necessary, because this is not a rap battle. This is not a rap beef. This is someone trying to start something with someone who literally has zero interest in doing something. Once again, Fifth has said he's not doing no battles, bro. Fifth been saying this since 2021. He's not battling anyone. He's in his business. If T.I.'s taking shots at him because he doesn't want to, he has a right to defend himself. How does 50 not have a right to defend himself against someone that keeps on talking about him? I'm just saying. And that's the reason Tiny's picture got posted, because T.I. keep mentioning 50 Cent as a 304. So if I post a picture of your wife without saying anything, I'm playing a psychological game. I'm going to see what you say as a result of that. So now, here we go. Here go the bars. Because the only reason that T.I. and his sons ever diss 50 is because, number one, they know he's not going to respond. So it paints the narrative that Fifth is scared. Number two, obviously it's a clout move. Obviously they seen how crazy the Drake and Kenny thing was, right? So they want to try to build a new type of hybrid version of that. And three, I mean, they're just not as scared as they used to be, because when Fifth initially dissed T.I., why didn't T.I. say something then? When it was 17 years ago, when Fifth was like really getting active and really was at war in these streets, why wasn't T.I. doing anything then? Oh, maybe it's because he was scared back then, and now he's not scared because Fifth is a little bit older. Some people feel like when you get a little older that you become softer and that you're not on the same thing that you used to be, but sometimes you can also be sadly mistaken, is what I can say. And I've said this also, Fifth has friends, man. And you don't know what his friends would do for him. And it's pretty much that simple, gang. I just gotta be honest about the situation. But gang, how do y'all feel about all this in the comment section? What do you think is next when it comes to this whole T.I. and 50 Cent fiasco? Are we all set and done? Do we pack this up? Is there gonna be something nasty that happens to the Harris family as a result of all this? Listen, I need you to let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. I also want you to tell me if Joe Budden is correct in his sentiments with Yayo and Murda doing a diss. Were they wrong, or were they looking bad for tucking tail? Like, how do they look, man? Listen, leave it all in the comment section, gang. I need you to hit the like button. Hit the hype button, most importantly, because it helps the channel in a major way. And look, man, one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. And make sure you subscribe to the man, man. Subscribe to the man right now. Turn the notification bell on for all the man updates. But one last thing. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor, the one and only man, New York Mayor, F. Mondani, and you rocking with the 10 favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times, gang. I'm up out of here. Salute.